Hey guys, so I figured I'd come out and say that some people in the Chipmunk fandom might have a little trouble of what a recolored character is and what isn't. So I'd like to give a small education to somehow help y'all understand both what they mean and how they're different from each other, and how to respond and deal with people who do these things. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with recolors. Recolors are basically a color again or color differently kind of thing on a character. Or an already made character, if that makes any sense. Like, seriously, look up the definition of recolor and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This can happen from really young children or preteens who are just discovering art. And that's perfectly normal and it's okay, trust me, I've been there before. Plus, we gotta start somewhere, right? Anyways, recolors are usually screenshots of the character, mostly from the CGI live-action movies, and usually have mainly the eyes, clothes, and fur all recolored, or maybe just the eyes recolored, or just the clothes recolored, or the fur just recolored. These things can vary depending on how the young artist feels that fits their creation. But recolors of the movie characters do have a bad reputation though. Sometimes children, or just young artists, that might have the tendency, if they run out of ideas, they could end up stealing someone else's artwork of the Chipmunks or Chipettes, recolor it, and post it. Yes, this does happen a lot in the fandom, but wait, chill out, don't panic, now. Don't just go and attack a young artist if they made that mistake. They're just children. Just kindly ask them to take it down or give credit to the original artist. Take it easy on them and be civil, not cruel. If they do have an offended or triggered reaction and go off at you and cause an argument, do not bully or attack them. Instead, be firm with them without saying anything offensive. Treat them like as if they were your own kid, and teach them that it's rude to respond that way. If they respond with a more positive manner and apologize immediately, just forgive them. Simple as that. If they don't, do not, I repeat, do not respond to them at all. Give the young artist a chance to calm down. After that, if they do apologize for their actions, then you can forgive them. And maybe even give them some tips on how to improve, or even how to draw certain things. If the young artist doesn't respond to you after like 2 or 3 hours, still, do not respond to them because they might still be mad or upset. Instead, report the stolen recolored fan art image and see how that works out for you. Anyways, that's about it for the recolor part of the fandom. If you see a recolor of a young artist's work of a screenshotted character, don't be cruel. Let the child have their fun as long as they're not stealing someone else's artwork and having that same method of recoloring. Seriously, just leave them alone. Just let them have their fun, they're just kids. Keep that in mind. Alright, now that you know about the recolors, let's talk about the photoshopped or photo-manipulated edits in this fandom. Like mine, for example. So you may have come across these sorts of things before. You may have mistaken some of them to be recolors. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm gonna help you understand it better. Usually if an edit looks bad, it's usually just a 12-year-old or 13-year-old just starting out. Because honestly, this is how I started out in the fandom when I joined. These edits can be quite wonky, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that, they'll improve. If you would like to help them improve, give constructive criticism. Help them and be kind. Seriously. This will definitely not only help them improve, but it will also gain their self-confidence too. As time goes by, they will gain more and more knowledge as they get older. Now, not all edits are bad, I promise you that. Some are actually quite pleasing to look at. The longer the editor practices, the faster and better they will become at it. Photoshopped and photo-manipulated edits are the best to look at, honestly. Editors who do these kinds of edits usually have been doing these kinds of edits for quite a long time. Like me, for example. I've been photo editing for about 7 to 8 years. Photoshopped and photo-manipulated edits are professionally done and more complicated than the average edits and recolors. These kinds of edits originate from Russia and Poland, or anywhere in that area of the globe, surprisingly. That's how I started to get really good at them too. And you can as well. These edits are basically screenshotted chipmunk body parts that have been morphed into an actual base to where it doesn't even look like a screenshot from the movie anymore. These edits also have more to the character itself. They have different colored clothes, eyes, fur, Some can be even recolored to more realistic colors, and that's okay, nothing wrong with that. They also have accessories, hair, like PNG images or custom made, and markings along with some other details like backgrounds and shading. All of this makes the edits look very cool and pleasing to look at. These kinds of edits are usually done in Photoshop, GIMP, Paint Tool SCI, or even iOS or Android devices. So yeah, that's really about it for the photoshopped and photo manipulated edits. I hope y'all learned something new, and I hope this cleared up your misunderstandings between edits and recolors. If you have any questions or comments, you're free to do so below. Also, I'd love to hear your reactions and opinions. All are accepted as long as they're not harsh. Hope you guys have a great day, or night, or whatever. Also, please like and subscribe. Stay rad, y'all.